Welcome to Storytime. Here I talk about the true events shared by people who experienced their worst nightmares. This video was a true story based on the events told by a woman named Afifa and the experiences she faced that landed her in hospital. A university student studying in Johor Bahru, her name is Afifa and is originally from Seremban. She's been having strange feelings regarding her father's health in the past few days until she got a call from her mother in Seremban regarding her father's critically ill condition that suddenly occurred and was even thought to pass away soon. Afifa was scared and worried and wanted to be there with her father immediately. She doesn't want to lose the most loving person she knows and kept praying to God that she can reach the hospital and see her father's face one more time before he leaves. The time was approximately 10 o'clock at night when she had a date with her fiancé at a mamak stall. At the time she got a disturbing call from her mother. His fiancé told her to head straight back to her hometown and to have the date another time. So Afifa got herself in her car and rushed to go to her father. Afifa is a woman who cares for her car, never going over the speed limit, and is a very safe driver. Her car was a gift from her parents to aid her in her transport, so she cherished her car deeply. Yet that day she was in a rush and was the only time she was speeding at around 140 kilometers per hour, overtaking cars after cars on the north-south expressway. While driving, it began to drizzle heavily on the windscreen and started blurring her vision. It wasn't just the rain that blurred her vision, but also a puddle of tears laying under her eyelids, dripping slowly. She was crying. Suddenly, a Honda Civic came speeding beside her vehicle with loud music thundering through its windows, as though inviting her for a race. Uninterested, she ignored the car and watched it sped off. Forgetting the reckless driver, she started feeling hungry and she remembered she hadn't eaten earlier, so she decided to stop at the nearest R&R. She drove in the R&R, parking her yellow Myvi, and headed straight for the toilet, as anyone would. When she came out, she was surprised to see the same Honda car parked just a few parking spots away from her car. To surprise her more, it was a woman with his hood open, feeling helpless as the woman watched the smoke coming out of her engine. The woman was waving in Afifa's direction, asking for help, and this made Afifa feel nervous and scared, but was also curious. So she acted bravely and decided to help the woman. The woman said,
"Excuse me, miss. I need some help. My car broke down and I'm heading back to Seremban because of the crime case."
Afifa was taken by surprise when she heard her story and was eager to help the woman. The woman said,
"My name is Rosalie."
and she began to greet Afifa by hand. As Afifa greeted her back, she felt her hands were extremely cold, thinking the aircon caused it. Afifa replied,
"My name is Afifa."
The woman unzipped her sweater, unveiling a police uniform and matrix number on the inner part of the sweater, and the woman said,
"I'm on duty in Seremban, close to Desa Peringgi, and I need to head there as fast as possible, which is why I was driving so fast."
The woman felt the need to explain herself as she remembered seeing Afifa's car earlier, so the woman continued,
"I didn't think my car would have broken down, never knowing that my brother is good in using cars, but not good in taking care of them."
Afifa replied,
"I'm heading to Seremban as well, to visit my father at the hospital because he's very sick. If you like, you can join me."
Rosalie agreed and joined her in the car. Rosalie began calling her brother, informing him regarding the incident and her situation. So Afifa and Rosalie began exchanging words, having normal conversations. As they started to get to know each other, they laughed and had a good time, until Rosalie asked a very strange question. Rosalie asked Afifa.
"Do you believe in ghosts?"
Afifa was stunned by the question, but calmly replied,
"I don't know. I've never met one my whole life."
Rosalie began telling Afifa stories she faced of cases she was involved in that had been relating to possessions and the paranormal. Feeling uncomfortable with the cold breeze of the aircon and the eerie stories Rosalie was telling her, she invited Rosalie for food by stopping at the next R&R. Seeing the highway signboard approaching her showing 2 km until she reaches the R&R, Rosalie asked another strange question. Rosalie said,
"Let's just say, if you would see a ghost with a face like mine, would you be scared?"
Afifa replied,
"Definitely not. Your face is so flawless and there's no way you would ever look like a ghost."
As Afifa looked over to Rosalie, Afifa's heart and breathing stopped. She was in shock and felt the blood in her face fall down to her stomach as she saw Rosny's face. What was flawless and a beautiful moment ago turned ugly, filled with bloody wounds. Shards of glass stuck to her face, and a metal pipe that pierced through her forehead and cheek, with one of her eyes dangling above her cheek, grinning at Afifa, with her teeth as sharp as blade. Afifa screamed
Ya Allah!
and started to lose control of her car and crashed into the signboard of the R&R, engaging her airbags. She fainted from the sudden impact she had with the airbag. When she opened her eyes, she was in a hospital bed, surrounded by her fiancé and family, and she broke her left leg and a few ribs. As her family asked her why she drove so fast, she explained the horrific event, and they believed her story. When one of them said they heard a tragic accident involving a policewoman that had occurred back in 2005, when the policewoman lost control and crashed into the same pole, causing the car to almost entirely split in half. And what was more eerie was that the policewoman was one of their friends' fiancé. Afifa was also told that her father was in stable condition after being treated by the doctors and will be able to leave the hospital in the coming weeks. She took a breath of relief and was happy to hear the news. Submit your stories below by leaving it in the comments and get the chance to share your story on YouTube in one of my videos. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. This is Defies. Thank you for listening.